Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the live Aussie Rules Game Day Squad show, round 8 edition. I'm your host, Cal, and joining me today, I've got my full team. I've got Tom and Kerm. Fellas, how are we doing this fine Thursday evening?
Going very well, thank you, mate. I'm very pumped. We've got a really awesome weekend ahead of us. Magic round up in Brisbane right now with some of the Game Day Squad crew. So super pumped, man. Super excited to get into this live stream because we have a special segment later on, but we'll get into that. We'll leave it. We'll leave it now. But yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm super pumped.
I'm pumped. You're pumped. Kerm, are you pumped?
Always pumped, mate. Always pumped. I'm keen to get into this segment that Tom just, left a little bit of a trail for. But no, always keen to start talking some Aussie rules footy, fantasy footy, and yeah, keen to get stuck in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm coming off a hot week, so I can't wait to get stuck into this week's show. Guys, before we do, we just want to touch on Game Day Squad. Jeez, Game Day Squad. Should know the name by now. Brand new way to play fantasy footy if you are seeing this for the first time. Create, coach, and compete. If you don't know what we're all about, make sure you go over to gamedaysquad.com.au or download the app on either store, Play Store, Google Store, and start playing fantasy now. We've got weekly competitions, so if you are late to the party and you've missed us for the first few rounds, doesn't matter. Jump in, get started, because we are a dynasty platform. So not only can you start competing weekly from this week, it means you start building your team for next year as well. Guys, we've got a bit on the show this week. We don't have a special guest in this week because, like you said before, Tom, we're all in Brisbane. Sorry, not for you, Kerm. Most of the Game Day Squad team is up in Brisbane. You couldn't make it here. So, Tom, you're a couple of walls away from me here, so which was super, super exciting. So we've got a bit to get through, and I believe it's going to start with something you've got first. But before we do that, Kerm, I believe you're going to talk about some questions we might be getting through, what you want from people following along.
Yeah, as always, guys, I'm going to have my eyes on the comments like a hawk. So try and get as many in as you can as possible. We're open to the chat. We want as many questions as you guys have for us. And something a little bit extra, we're going to ask you guys at the end of the show. I'll be keeping an eye on the comments as the show goes on. But we need a lock of the round from the community. So get them in there. I'll be picking the best one. And if yours does get picked and it wins the week, you'll be getting some free packs and we'll be in touch. So get as many in as you can. You never know. You never know. Once you enter the draw, you might win the prize. So get those comments in.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, I'm going to throw over to you. What have you got in store for us this show?
Alrighty. Am I all good as well? My computer's a bit slow at the moment. I'm not sure. I can't really see what's going on, but I'm hoping it's all good.
It's a little bit blurry on my end. I'm not going to lie. Is it blurry on yours as well, Kerm?
It is a little bit blurry, I am afraid.
Yeah, apologies, everyone. I've got pretty much a black screen right now, but I can see what the exercise was for today. So maybe we just get into it and we roll with the punches as we go.
I was going to say maybe we can move on and come back when your internet figures itself out. Do you want to try that? Maybe that's better because I know you've got some packs there that you want to open, and if we can't see them, we can't follow along with the excitement. So
I do. I'll try to get myself sorted out. Why don't you guys go through the team run-throughs as we do normally on the live stream, and let me check back in with you in a second.
Well, mate, you can start things off with your Zeus Cannons, who, as we know from the Monday show, are slowly being caught up by the peanut butter. So what are you doing this week to stay ahead of me? Because your team needs all the help it can get at the moment.
Yes. Well, I don't think it needs that, I'll be honest with you. But I will explain what I've done with my team. And, man, we have made a lot of changes this week. I was very, very active asking people on Discord for some trades, some people I was targeting. And that is what we did. We went full GM, as some would say. In the defenders, we got a silver Will Day.
Yes, Will Day.
And we've got a bronze Luke Ryan on the bench as well. So I traded for both of these players throughout the week. And Will Day is going to get the start straight into the lineup. Luke Ryan might have to work his way in. Pretty happy with everyone else in the defending group, though. Can't complain. In the midfield, we got a shake-up. Rory Laird comes back in after I excluded him last week, not thinking he was 100%. Had a pretty good game for someone who wasn't 100%, if you don't mind. But Zach Merritt is gone. I've had Zach Merritt in my starting lineup for like a year and a half now. No longer. Darcy Parish is going to replace him as well. Silver. I've got Tom Green, a silver as well. This will be second week representing the Zeus Cannons. Silver, Noah Anderson,
Yes.
who I plugged into the lineup very late with the rolling lockout last week. He's earned his spot straight back in with a massive score. And Clayton Oliver as well. And you see that Petrarca on the bench. I've really been umming and ahhing with whether he can actually start. I don't know whether I'm worrying too much about the tiers and the grades of the cards or if I should just put the best player in. But for now, he will be on the bench. And the forward line stays the same as last week. I think I had 5 of the top scoring 6. So
I know you were thinking about
there.
Dunkley for a bit there. You were thinking about if you were going to drop him, but you've kept him.
Yeah, well, it's funny to say that. If you said pre-season that Dunkley would be the one dropped out of all those in the forward line, I think a lot of people would laugh and say there's no shot. But yeah, Errol Goulden, I feel like is a bit safer in that group than Duncan at the moment, or Dunkley, sorry.
Have you given much thought to your ruck position there? Rowan Marshall coming off 182 last week absolutely went off his head. Did you think about giving him the start over Tim English this week at all?
I still am, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
That score was massive from Rowan Marshall, but I do feel like Tim English has that same exact score in him on his good day as well. And I just wonder whether that 0.1 multiplier from that silver to bronze is the difference in this for me. So again, it's probably one I'll make a decision right as the game starts. But as of right now, the nod is going to Tim English. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a few changes there. And it is crazy to see Merritt out of your team because since competition started, I don't think you've rolled out a team without him. But Tom, do you want to, we'll go flick on to Kerm's team, but do you want to maybe try jumping off and then jumping back on and then hopefully that fixes your internet issues? While you do that, because it looks like you're frozen on my end. And we had Symphonizer says it must be the dial-up. We're on the same internet. Tom is 2 rooms that way. So I'm not sure why we're getting different things at the moment, but we are. Maybe I've stitched him up on purpose. Who knows? But Kerm, not like I would ever do something like that.
No.
Kerm, talk us through this team because it is a very good-looking team, but you're coming off what you would call a disappointing week, which most people would love to have. So talk us through it. What have you changed?
Yeah, 12th last week wasn't my best ever finish, and I've made some decisions here that are frankly keeping me up at night, and it is mostly in my forward line. I'm stressed. So stressed, and I've got Jason Johannesson Diamond as well as Luke Jackson Diamond. I'll talk about Jason Johannesson first because I think he's super interesting, and he just about ticks all the wrong boxes. I mean, he's going on 30 years old. He is extremely injury prone. He is prone to a role change almost mid-game sometimes, but you just can't ignore the role that he has right now that Bevo's got him playing. And he's almost taken a leaf out of Nicky Dacos's book where the cheap kicks and the cheap handball receives from the kickouts are just racking up. They're racking up ridiculous amounts. And Jason Johannesson, for that reason, has come into my team as a forward-listed player in GDS, Aussie Rules. He's there for the moment. You can see Zach Butters on my bench. Might be a late change. I might have a change of heart because it'll be a late night tonight as well. But the other one I want to talk about there is Luke Jackson. And the reason I've got him in there... The reason I've got him in there is because Sean Darcy is under a major injury cloud. So I stuck him in there and just sort of forgot about it or tried to forget about it until the team list get announced tonight. We'll have a little bit of a better idea if Sean Darcy is involved in the team. But Luke Darcy, when he does have that sole ruckman role, he had one game last year. Obviously, he played for the Demons last year with Maxi Gorn, so a little bit of a different situation. But he had one game without him and went for 138 GDS fantasy points. So he does have that scoring ability when he does have that opportunity. So once he got that opportunity to match his talent, he's proven that he is able to score. So Luke Jackson is in there for now, pending the selections at about 6:20, 6:15 our time.
Do you know what you are?
What's that?
Before you get into that, you know what that Luke Jackson pick reminds me of?
What?
Pep Guardiola in the Champions League. Team is completely fine, yet you will look at it for so long that you'll come up with something like Luke Jackson in your forward line.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, I am a Man City fan. Holland, till I die, broke the Premier League scoring record over the I think last night. But no, that is a below the belt shot at Pep Pep Guardiola's Champions League record. But I also can't deny it. You are 100% right. I look at this until I'm a little bit sick, keeps me up at night. And Butters, I could almost guarantee Butters will end up back in this side. He is risky as well, but there's going to be so many changes overnight. I've also brought Brayshaw back in, and I was so salty with myself because I brought Jacob Hopper in for Andy Brayshaw because of the CBA doubts that Andy Brayshaw had coming out of round 6. But
yeah,
he was so good last week. He was back to his normal self. The reports came out that he had some knee problems, and he didn't look like it at all last week. So Brayshaw comes straight back in for Jacob Hopper, who's not going to get a look into my team for a little while. And I've gone with 2 platinums down back this week, Tom Stewart and Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos, and get the Pep Guardiola hat back on. I'm still unsure whether I'm going to start him, and there's going to be a question a little bit later on. But the tag threat is real from Ryan Clark. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight again, knowing that Clark is going to be tagging him. But if anybody's going to break the tag, it's going to be Nick Dacos. He is just so uber talented, and he's getting so much of the ball. He's getting all the opportunity that he wants to get the ball, and he is just too good to leave out for the moment. And that is my stance for now. We'll touch base tomorrow to see if he actually does start. And Tom Stewart against Adelaide, I mean, for some reason, he's probably already got 9 intercept marks, even though the game is 48 hours away. So for me, that is a no-brainer pick. I have Luke Ryan on the bench as a diamond, but I'm going to trust that 1.3 platinum Tom Stewart card to do a little bit better than Luke Ryan's 1.4 off the back of his game last week. So that is my team. I also want to acknowledge Sam Doherty, 150 games. I'm not going to leave him out for that. Absolutely unreal story. The bloke is incredible footballer and an incredible story off the park as well. So he's going to be in my team out of love mostly.
That's awesome. And I can't wait to see you fret over your team over the next 48, 24 hours. I'll roll on to my team. I'm definitely not going to go through in as much detail there. I've only got a couple of changes from my team that I spoke about on the Monday show on YouTube, of course. So what have we done? We have got rid of Butters. He has left my
squad, your boy.
But I've got the wrong photo in there, but it looks like it didn't update. So apologies for that. I've actually brought Toby Green into my team. So I don't know if that's just to spite Tom, but Toby Green is in there. Not only is he having a better average this year than Zachy Butters, I kind of thought last week was the opportunity for Butters, and I just haven't. I think I'm sort of with him. I'm just relying on potential, not what we're actually getting with him. So yeah, that one is the one big change I've made. I told you on the Monday show that Doherty was going to make that straight swap for Redmond. So like you, I'm not going to leave him out. And yes, I can see Dos in the chat. Doc will get the highest points ever, I think you said. I hope so. So that is my team. We've lost Tom. He's come and gone again. So maybe I'll do the Discord competition plug, and that is going to be the same one we run every week. So make sure you jump over to our Discord and jump on it if you're not on it already. And thanks to everyone who was already part of the Discord community there. But each week we run a promotion where all you have to do is guess who's going to be the highest scoring player. So if you're like Dos and you think Doherty is, jump over to that chat, say Doherty, tell us what he's going to score, and there's a chance for you to win some packs. Now, because it is Magic Round in the NRL this week, we're actually doing a special competition over on our rugby league side of our game. So how that works is if one person in the whole Discord guesses the right person, the right top scorer, then that actually means that everyone who participates will win packs. So even if you know nothing about rugby league and you just want a chance at free packs, Google a player's name, write it down in there, and then straight away you're relying on the guys who actually know what they're doing. So I think I'll bring you back in, Tom. Have I missed anything there from the Discord plug, or have I nailed that?
You nailed it on the spot. Tom left us. He looks like he's back with us, but professional as always.
Tom,
what do you reckon we try? Share your screen now.
I think this is the issue. Is every time I am sharing my screen, it's blackened me out in old green screen here. So I can give it one more crack. I'm going to be very disappointed because I've got some packs in front of me, man, and I just wanted to rip them on the live stream with the boys, have some good vibes, some Legends energy out there. But they're trying to hold me back, bro. I don't know why. But we'll see. We'll give it one last little dance. and hopefully.
Give it a go because we want to see you open some packs. Give it one more go and we'll see. And if it doesn't work, we will move on to the next thing. So hopefully this works. Oh, that's a lot better.
That is a lot better.
That is a lot better. Tom, take it away. What have you got planned for us?
All right. Well, first, I wanted to do an exercise with everyone because I've been playing GameDay Squad for a long time and I haven't pulled a legend yet. And I know Hef, shout out to Hef, he does a live stream mostly on Wednesdays. I think he's doing one tonight.
Yep, tonight.
He does pack openings and we always try to go in there, give him some legend energy because I want to see one get pulled on camera on a live stream one time. I think it would be insane. So, fellas, I just need you to channel some legend energy right now. And let's just, without further ado, get into it. So, I've got 3 9-player commons I want to open.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to leave it at there, but I couldn't. So, I had to go get myself a big boy for the stream. So, I did. I got a 9-player unique. And then these are for later. So, these are when we give back to the community. So, make sure you have the app downloaded and you're ready to hit that transfer market, because 6 cards are going to be listed for a cent very shortly.
Oh, dude, I love this.
That's not this. So let's get into the pack opening.
Come on.
Oh, that is a very good
good
animation.
start.
That's a very good start. In a common pack, that means you've got at least a diamond hiding away.
I have to hover over.
Oh,
there she is. Okay. Okay.
I actually thought it was going to be like that.
If we just did that, challenge
who have you got?
Energy.
Hold up as you go through.
Oh,
that's a goodie.
A goodie.
Wow.
I'd say that's pretty fantastic with the form he's been in. Goodness. It doesn't matter. I think Sarong, but this.
Come
just,
on.
What about a Dacos? Why not? Yeah, no, I
tried.
Mate, that's a win. That's a win. That's
Yeah.
a win. That's a good start. That's a good
It's a
start.
dub. It's definitely a dub. We go straight back and we get back into another one, I think.
What do you want to see for this to be a success?
I feel like Sarong, we've seen packs at times. They can be nasty. But
So you reckon Silver Sarong from here you're happy with for the rest?
All right.
Give us like a Sheezel or a Dacos or something like that, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeez, just casually.
Just casually.
Just give us the best dynasty cards if that's
Cabinet
okay.
for the future. Can see how that one keeps rolling on. Houston. Been a bit disappointing this year.
He's back in good form.
Apparently, I need Bruce in my team.
Yeah. Oh, your boy Tommy Lynch famously kicked 8 goals in what felt like 2 minutes and almost won you a round last year. That was fun. Disappointing pack.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing, but that's how it goes. It's the fun of the game, and I'd rather all the disappointing stuff come out or go now, because we have that 9-player unique later on, and if that's the one that hits, then we're laughing, fellas. Higgins
platinum.
Oh, for it, another platinum.
Wait,
should have checked. I didn't realize. I was going to be crazy there.
Kelly's in good form.
He is in very good form.
Wanganeen Malira is a good dynasty pick.
Yeah. Your boy Tim Kelly, Tom.
Yes.
I know in the chat a couple of weeks ago you were getting ridiculed for picking him and he had a blinder of a week.
I know.
Stuck to your guns.
I know, man. Tim Kelly. Don't sleep on my guy. Not a top 6 or a top 5 player, but if you need a spot to be filled, can fill it. That's for sure. But this is it here, fellas.
Come on.
This is it. This is the one.
Come on.
This is what I was pumped for the whole time. We're going to get that animation.
That's the animation we want.
We love that one. But do we want to see a red?
I don't even know what the red looks like.
Red out. I'll skip the middle one. Are you? Nah. Thought maybe he was hiding right there.
The tension, though.
You have to build into it. You can't.
Come on, we need something good here.
I saw Smith, and I was like, "That is
wrong Smith.
Wrong one." Alrighty, come on. Give me something to play.
Oh, your boy Sammy Reed.
He's coming back soon.
I'll take that Kane Farrell off you.
Cal's boy.
Fox is back in this week.
He's back this week.
Or should be. Stay tuned for Kerm's team news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Frederick.
Frederick.
Yeah,
It's not the best we've ever seen, but also not the worst we've ever seen, even
It's-
on the live show.
Yeah, you're bang on there, mate. It's definitely not the best pack you've ever seen, but it would smash Callum's pack from the other week. That's for sure.
yeah. Let's get my people talking to your people about that Kane Farrell, because I would love to take that one off your hands.
We'll be in touch. Our GMs will be in touch.
Awesome. Speaking of in touch, Kerm, I believe a few people have got in touch with you for the mailbag.
Yes, yeah, I'm keen to get stuck into this one. We've got a few questions through on Discord, which we like to answer on the live show here. But without further ado, we'll get straight into it. And I'll start with you, Cal. This one is from BMO29, and he says, are quality players in packs all gone? As I'm thinking most worthwhile diamonds are gone already. What are your thoughts on that?
The funny answer is, after seeing Tom open his pack, it looks like it. No. How the pack system works is you're just as likely to get a diamond Sheasel as you are a diamond Charlie Dixon. So the fact that there's a lot of good cards already on the market. If you're after player X, there's just as much of a chance of you getting player X as there is any other card. So the answer to that is no. I believe you can see, based on some of the numbers flying around at the moment with the card serial numbers, if you see, number 10 of 100 diamonds, and that's the highest one you can see, generally that kind of sort of gives you an idea of how many of the cards in the system are actually out there floating around. So yeah, there's still plenty of good cards, and there is still heaps of top legend cards floating around there as well.
Man.
So I think we've got, off the top of my head, there's the legend Rowan Marshall.
Yeah.
The legend
Took Miller.
Yep, that's another goodie. I don't know. We get the data as well, and we're really excited to make all of this public and have it available in the transfer market data soon. But I think they're like the only two gun players that would actually make a team if they were all bronze. So yeah, I could be wrong. Someone might have packed one while we're on this show, but yeah. Still plenty of good legend cards available, and they're obviously the big tickets. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question, Kerm.
Yeah, and to reiterate as well, those high-level diamond cards that BMO29 was alluding to, go check out some of the serial numbers on the transfer market in particular. You're not going to see many that are even close to 20 out of 100 yet. So there's still, around 80 to 90 diamond cards for each player still out there. But with that said, we will move on to the next one, and we're all going to get an opportunity to give an answer for this one. And I'm going to go with you first, Tom. But the question is, what's the favorite card each of you guys own? I've got a Diamond Parish, my best pickup so far, and that is from Tim. That is an awesome card to have, by the way. Darcy Parish is in insane form at the moment. But Tom, kick us off. What is your favorite card that you've packed so far? Then we'll go Cal, and I'll answer last.
Yeah, well, firstly, I agree with you. I just dropped some merit out of my team for that exact player. So he is in some really, really good form. But I don't think mine's the highest tier. Like, I put some thought into this, and my heart tells me it's Jordan Dawson, my gold, because he's been set and forget since I started GameDay Squad. I think I packed him like 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the platform going live, just period. And but I'll tell you what, someone is creeping their way up to him, and that is my gold Tim Taranto that sits in my forward line. The more I watch him play, the more I fall in love. But I still think my heart resides with Jordan Dawson, even though he left my Sydney Swans. I'll forgive him. He's still my guy. I love him.
Yeah, both of those options are insane at the moment. But Cal, what about you? Who's your favorite card so far?
Did you say favorite card I've packed or my favorite card I owned?
Just favorite card you owned. That's probably
that makes it easier.
Yeah.
My legend Toddy Marshall, which you were very kind to sell for me, because you're the one, Kerm, who packed the legend Toddy Marshall.
Did.
I've never packed a legend myself, but Toddy Marshall, being a Port fan, that's for completely non-fantasy reasons why he is my favorite card. I log in, I see my cards there, and he's the big red one shining at me every time I see it. So I wouldn't want any other player looking back at me than Toddy Marshall. So,
and that legend, once you see that red, the highlighted red around a player, but no, that is an insane card. For me, I've got a few options. I've been lucky enough to open a few packs in my time. I've been around since the inception, so when you look at my team, you look at the cards I own, it's through time, not pure pack openings. But
a few pack openings for the team that you roll out.
A few pack openings, I'm sure.
Just a couple.
But I've got in the running, I've got a 1 of 100 Jordan Dawson card. I've got a 2 of 100 Sam Walsh card, which I adore. And I've got a 4 of 100 Andrew Brayshaw card. Of those three, and Will Day gets a shout as well now. I absolutely love him. Of those three, I'm going to stick with Sammy Walsh. I love him as a player. I love watching him. I love those tough inside midfielders who get the ball themselves and can play on the outside as well. I don't think we've seen the best of Sam Walsh yet. I think as a dynasty option, he needs to be in the same category as your Andrew Walshes, your Bailey Smiths, who's having a down year this year, but we saw how good he was last year. And your Nick Dacos's as well. So for me, that 2 of 100 Sammy Walsh, I wish I had the 1 of 100. I'm one of those players that likes to look at the serial numbers and get those lower cards. But that 2 of 100 card, I love the look of. So that would be my pick. I hope that is a sufficient answer for you there, Tim. But we will move on. Tom, I'm going to go back to you. And this is from the Seaman. He says, do you think we should be concerned about the Dacos tag by Clark? I hinted at this a little bit earlier on. Do you think this risk is enough to not play him this weekend?
It's a really good question. I've definitely been pondering this, right? And I think everyone's situation is unique in the terms of what assets do you have outside of Nick Dacos. Like if you have the other top 5 scoring defenders right now, then it's probably a good week to sit Nick Dacos out. If there ever was, my gut tells me though that I'm going to be playing mine and that he's still going to be getting his hands on the footy because you can try to tag Nick Dacos out of a game, but it's pretty hard. I don't know if you've seen the guy play. He's pretty good. Dude can play.
And he's quite fit too. He gets around the ground. Good luck keeping up with him.
Exactly. And just with his role, like getting that handball receive, and we know with the new rules about how far you can be within the mark. So if he gets any gap on his defender, he's just gone. And he's going to run through the middle of that field and get 3 or 4 touches and then probably hit a forward lace out and they're going to be taking a shot inside forward 50. So my gut's telling me no. Like you shouldn't be too concerned about it. You shouldn't be worrying about that tag too much. For other players, yes, but there's not many like Nick Dacos.
I do think you're onto something. I know Ryan Clark's got a big history in fantasy for tagging out guys like the likes of McRae. I think last year he pounded into the ground. And obviously for your sake, Tom, as one of his fan, we hope, well, you should hope that Dacos gets tagged to the ground. But we've seen players try it this year and fail. So I'm not sure it's that easy to tag someone like Nick Dacos, even in the early days of his career. So one to think about, but you heard it there from the man himself. And we'll go into the...
I'd just like to add just my 2 cents on it. If you're competing in the seasonal comp, someone like you, Kerm, I feel like you've still got to play him because you know you'll be more hurt by not playing him and him going huge than him being tagged and being, a smaller score. Whereas if you're trying to win weekly competitions and you're not worrying about the seasonal competition and you think more people are going to play Nick Dacos than not play him, then don't play him. That'd be my thing. Have a think about your strategy and what you're trying to do as well, because there is reason to be concerned. But as Kerm is the best example of it, people always overthink it as well. So
Pep Guardiola brain, as we alluded to at the start. But we'll move on to the last one, and it is from Tim again, and this one is for you, Cal. Are you guys looking to expand into other Aussie sports, for example, cricket, Big Bash, NBL in the future?
Or definitely something we have thought about, and we're all massive sports fans, and we don't want to just stop with Aussie rules and rugby league. So it's definitely something that we'd love to say at some point we'd consider and hopefully do. At this point, we're still just trying to make the best Aussie rules and rugby league games that we can. And we know that we're still quite new on the journey and we've still got a lot of things that we want to do and a lot of things we want to introduce. So I think we'll see a lot more improvements to the current game than potentially adding in some of those other sports. But that obviously doesn't mean that we couldn't pivot into some other stuff later. But just at the moment, I know we're focusing on just trying to get the best game that we can for the sports we've got.
100%. But that'll do us for the mailbag questions. As always, guys, every day or every afternoon before the live shows on a Thursday, we get into the Discord and ask for some questions from you guys. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll try and answer as many as we can every week.
Awesome. Tom, I believe you are going to play some buy, sell, sell if your computer is working.
Let's go.
And she's working.
Luke Gussie wants us to bring in lawn bowls. So I'd love to see what the lawn bowls cards go for and what the value of people have them. Who knows? Guys, take it away, Tom. Talk us through, how do we play this game?
Yes, absolutely. I was going to start there. So if you are new, how we play this game is we are going to open one pack each. And there's a rule. There's really one rule, is that you can only select one player to keep. The other two players are going to be listed on the transfer market at some time tonight for 1 cent. So if you pack a Nick Dacos and a Will Day, I know me and Kerm were having a good crack about Will Day on the Monday show and how good he is as a dynasty prospect. You have to let go of one. You can't keep both. So this is our chance to get back to you. But it's all in the heart of the cards, as some would say. So who would like to go first? Callum, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I'll get things off to a good start.
Here we go.
Hopefully. All right. Who have we got? Silver, Darling.
Darling again.
Silver Zerha and a gold to finish it off.
Oh, yeah.
That's easy.
I'm so high on this guy right now. I think he's so underrated.
Yeah, I don't think that's a conversation. It's Josh Dacos. God, I would have loved that to have been a gold Nick Dacos there, but I will happily settle with a gold Josh Dacos. I mean, Zerha is going up for a cent is definitely a steal. Don't know how many people want to pick up that Darling. So what about this? Luke also says, how would we go 3-player pack between Cal, Kerm, and Tom? Who would you pick? Definitely Kerm. He's already compared himself to Guardiola, so why would you not want that brain in your team?
All the worst qualities of Pep Guardiola. There's not many, but I am them.
Including the way the hair's going.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Well, look, if it's any consolidation, Kerm, I would also pick yourself over myself and Callum. You're a seasoned vet, as we've seen over the leaderboards. Kermies is always a feature. And mate, I'm picking you in this pack. But I don't have to because it's going to be 3 cards. And this is you next, Kerm.
All right.
Let's do your pack. Here we go.
That's a good animation.
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
it hurt,
a
Wouldn't it hurt Tom if this was the legend pack that he finally got and he'd be giving it away?
It's okay.
All right.
My actual heart, after having a 9-player unique, if that was red, we might have to shut off this stream.
Internet issues.
No!
Spanner.
That's not horrible.
Boy, we got a spanner.
Yuck.
Wow.
Okay.
That's at least a question.
I'm going to call an audible here. I'm just going to check Parrish's average really quickly. I've got it open here. 125 points per game at a base level. You can't pass that up. Even at a silver level, I'm going to be taking Darcy Parish, which means someone is going to be getting a Diamond Phillips and a gold Jared Witts for a cent on the transfer market. You can consider me a good guy. But that Darcy Parish card is going to take you a long way, even at a silver level. So, yeah, far out. What a pack.
Yeah, well, if you've just started your game day squad journey, like a 1 cent Witts would really help you get going.
Oh, yeah. What about for the next one, Tom? Instead of putting these ones up on the market, how about you give them to someone following along? The ones that you don't. Who wants to put their hands up in the chat following along and give them away?
I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah. Well, let's go first in.
Who wants?
Best dressed.
Hit us up in the chat.
Open it up. I'll keep a lookout on the chat.
All right. All righty. Here we go. Oh, we like that. We don't like that. But it could be good players.
We'll take it.
It's all about what's in.
What do we got? A gold, a silver, and a silver.
Essendon players are coming left, right, and centre, hey?
Oh.
Switkowski.
Oh, there's your boy. That's nice and easy.
Yeah, I'll happily take a gold Luke Jackson. That's the pick. That's
As
the
a
pick for me.
dynasty pick, as a dynasty pick, once Luke Jackson gets that soul rolled to himself, I feel like it's going to be a really, really good card. So someone's getting some pretty good value there.
Yeah, Tom, do you want to pick in the chat who's getting what? You want to give out your hind? And I'm not even going to try and pronounce that at the moment.
Pick up.
Pick out. Who do you want?
Yes. Who do I want to pick? I want to pick KJM312, baby. He's going to get those 2 cards. We'll send it over in a trade.
Oh,
We'll get that organized.
how good. How good. Make sure you've got a way of getting us in touch. I know if you're following on YouTube, it is hard. So either reach out to us on the Discord or on one of our other socials. If you are someone who was following along on the YouTube last week and I promised you a card and you watched on YouTube, I did try and reach out to you, but it is very hard to get in contact through YouTube comments. So jump over to Discord, find me, find one of the other guys, and we'll get all of that for you.
I will say, though, fellas, one day, and for everyone that's watching along, we will pull some fire. And it will be going to the transfer market.
It's only a matter of time. It's got to be only a matter of time.
And hopefully we can bless this live stream one day with a legend pull as well. But we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. We'll take it step by step until then.
All righty. Now, Kerm, I believe you're going to run us through some team news. We decided to put this towards the end of the show this week because we wanted to, like last week, be able to announce things like Doherty as they've happened. Now, I don't know if you've been able to have a look at the news. I think you were saying you've just missed out. Where are you at with it?
We can learn as we go. I'll take the guys, the community through, all the comments through what I'm learning as I'm reading. So bear with me because it's just come through. And it looks like the big news, the headliner news is that Fife is back in for Freo, which obviously for Freo fans, that is huge. I'm not sure how much of a fantasy asset Nat Fife is. I know he's got forward status, which makes him a little bit more playable. But yeah, he's obviously a champion of the game, a legend of the game, in my opinion. So that is awesome for Freo fans. Trent Cotchin is going to be rested against West Coast for Richmond, but Dion Prestia will return. So Dion Prestia was rested last week. I'm not sure. Where do you guys stand on the resting for players 7 weeks into the season? Just quietly, just quick opinions on that.
For it. Yeah. I think the sports science behind it shows that it works. Particularly, you see a lot of it in the American sports. I can see why Australians jump up and down about it because we don't have a lot of resting during the season, particularly for those older guys. I'd hate to see people like Petrarca and stuff missing out in season because that's one of the beauties of our game. We don't ever have to worry about showing up and Petrarca sitting and doing a Kawhi Leonard. But yeah. For the most part, I'm for it.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that I really don't like it. I think it's horrible. Like, it's part of the game, in my opinion. And that if you're not fit enough to play the game, then there are other people who are so fit and willing to do so. And it's the beauty and the beast of the AFL. The AFL giveth and the AFL taketh, as they say. And it is a very taxing sport on your body. Like, I definitely get it. I get it. But
where have you been hiding this, man?
Spitting out here.
Sorry, I've been keeping these bars while I was trying to reconnect. I was getting them all prepared for everyone watching. But it's part of the game. Like, you got to be fit enough. It's a taxing sport, and people come out and like. I always love when NBA players say this, but like a fan might just come to one game in their entire life, and that might be the game that you sit and they never got to see you play. And I would, as a player, hate to have that thought. Like, I get there are bigger things in life, but like, if you can manage it, either just sit because you're actually injured, or just play. That's my take.
Yeah,
Commissioner Tom.
I'll leave it at that.
Commissioner Tom. We love Kobe Bryant. But no, yeah, I sort of tend to agree with you, Tom. I get it for somebody like Trent Cotchin, who was in the twilight of his career, it has to be said. Again, legend for Richmond, absolute gun player in his heyday. But for someone like Dion Prestia, I think you got to be expecting 22, 23 games as long as he's healthy from him. But that was a tactical take your mind off the subject from myself because I've gotten into some news while everybody was talking. So Daniel Rich and Dane Zorko have been omitted through injury for Brisbane. Daniel Rich is resting his calf and Dane Zorko has a hamstring complaint. So both of those players will be out.
Okay.
Daniel Rich was coming off a big game a couple of weeks ago. So a bit of an out for him. For more Richmond news, Noah Cumberland's been omitted. He's popular as a dynasty option for some who like to play those key forwards and get those 8 points that goals are worth in Game Day Squad Aussie rules. So Noah Cumberland has been omitted. Jack Bowes is gone. So is Gary Rowan, and so is Sam De Koning, all with injuries for Geelong. Zach Tui, and unfortunately for Mark Blixarve's owners, Jonathan Segler has come into ruck while Reece Stanley has been taken out with an injury that's keeping him out for about 3 to 5 weeks. So those who thought that Mark Blixarve was going to be a little bit of an option, unfortunately he won't be, because Jonathan Segler has come and ruined that party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see one there, not to jump and steal your news, but I can just see Jamo in the chat has said up the Giants. Your boy Dylan Stevens is out against the Magpies, and I wonder if that has anything to do with him missing a smother on that Tom Green goal. Tom, what do you reckon? Because I thought he got very close, he should have got to it. Maybe I'm being a bit stiff on an AFL player there, but I thought, looking back, I thought he could get to it. Is that why he's been dropped?
You're being so critical, man. That's unreal. One play does not decide a game. Like, you have 122 or whatever minutes, 128 minutes to go out there and win. And if you're saying that one play was the difference, there are so many 1%ers throughout that entire time that could have changed the game and changed the score. So he's a young kid. He's actually really good. I like what Stevens brings to the team, especially out of the halfback. So, mate, come on, ease up on him, surely.
I'll continue on with the news. There's only a couple more. There's a bit of a dry week for fantasy-related news, but Lockie Willer is out for the Gold Coast, which hurts both myself. Yeah,
that's a
huge out, because he was a very popular point of difference pick these last couple of weeks, given his incredible form. But Sam Flanders comes back in. A lot of hype around him coming into the season as a forward in GDS Aussie rules. So he comes back in to see what he can do after his injury has healed itself. And finally, Tom Liberatore comes back in from serving his concussion protocols omission last week. So he was in great form before he left. Probably one of the more startable doggies, considering he wasn't bevoed at all, gets plenty of CBAs while McRae and Bailey Smith get stuck out on the outside. So Tom Liberatore straight back in for Bevo. And will he be back in for fantasy sides out there, TVD?
Good cue, but let's say g'day to Jamo in the chat. What's going on?
Jamo, what's going on, mate?
Please, Gemma, if you are a Giants fan, let Tom know about that game in the chat. I'm going to let him know about Lock of the Round, guys. As you know from our Monday YouTube show, I am far superior at this game than my co-hosts. As you can see there, I am running away with yet another season at top. Game is very simple. Every week we lock in a player. We can't double up on a player over the course of a year, and we've got to say what score they're going to get at a minimum for the week ahead. If they hit that score or go above, then we get that points. If they miss it, then we get a 0. So you can see there, I'm actually 5 from 6 if you don't count the fact that LDU didn't play one of the weeks and the guys refused to let me change my pick. But guys, do you want to comment? Tom, you've actually jumped up into second place. You're beating the community.
Yeah, so I'm having a giggle of Chamo. What a funny guy. Yeah, he's giving it to me in the chat, and I respect it as well, mate. But next Sydney Derby, brother, I'm all here for the smoke. I love it. I love it. But yeah, 3 of 7. We noticed there was a bit of a pattern on Monday, and it's that I missed one and hit one. And this is supposed to be my week where I hit. So just take my advice every second week when it comes to this, I guess, for Lock of the Round, because I'm not too good on the others. But I've gone with a bit of a smoky. Noah Anderson, as you can see there this week. I'm pretty pumped for what he can do. And I've put him in for a big score because he's in some ripping form, man. You watch him in that midfield, and he is just a magnet right now. Plus, he's kicking goals. What else do you want?
I want a bit of heat on Kerm because I get criticised absolutely every week for giving out 115 points for my lock of the week. Kerm's done it this week, and no one said a thing. No one said a thing.
But I'm picking Zach Butters while you give 115 to the likes of Tim Taranto and Sam Doherty. So it's like
you give 125 to Timmy T. You can see there; it's on screen.
It's different, different sauce, different gravy. Yeah, I mean, Butters is risk itself. Butters is risky in itself. So
I see why you want to take a swing at the person on top of the crown, top of the throne.
On top of the throne, you might say. But can I ask, Callum? You followed my footsteps from the week prior, mate. Is that a strategic thing here, or
Absolutely. I did it for Rowan
just
Marshall.
ran out of
with Kerm.
ideas? And you
No, I just did
thought,
it for
I'll copy
Kerm last
Tom.
week.
Pretty good
Yeah.
pick.
Bit of A, bit of B. Kerm missed out on Rowan Marshall, and I think I lowered the score by like 5 points, and then hit with Rowan Marshall last week. Just to
you
rub
did.
salt in Kerm's wounds. I wanted to say with 2T this week, so yeah, just to let you know. But Kerm, we don't have a community pick yet. What is the go with that? Do you want to talk us through?
I have been keeping an eye on the comment section, as mentioned at the start of the show, and we got Doss, who commented about Sam Doherty having one of his best games ever, and he's locked him in for 135 points this week in his 150th game, which I would love for my fantasy team as well. We'll take that, and as I said at the start, if that hits, you'll be getting a free pack from us.
Good on you there, Doss. Keen to see how you go, and if you can get the community back up to second place, it would be great to see them, you guys, the community.
You can try, Doss. You're not getting it.
I'm the other boys. Guys, that is going to bring us to the end of another Game Day Squad Aussie Rules live show. Thank you, everyone, following along in the chat that dealt with our little technical difficulties as we got the pack of the weeks and everything sorted. Appreciate everyone supporting everything we're doing here at Game Day Squad. And of course, I hope everyone is excited for another big weekend of fantasy footy. If by any chance you are following this and you are a fan of our rugby league, we are going to be at Lefty's Music Hall on Saturday for Magic Round at an event by Talking League hosted by or supported by Game Day Squad. So we'll all be there except Kerm. Sorry, Kerm. Wish you were here.
Sorry.
But the whole team will be there. Make sure you come say hello. Support the Talking League guys who support us. And then, of course, go watch some rugby league. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for jumping on. And Tom, I look forward to going and getting some dumplings for dinner tonight with all the boys.
Yes, let's go.
Shout out Little Red Dumpling. Thanks, guys. See you next